people usually watch more than one review. So if somebody watches one review from one person and then they move back, they move forward to the next review and then the next review, and then they buy the product, does that mean that all those three influencers are getting the commission?
That's a great question. It is the last video watched that's cookie to it. So if there's a video, you watch it and you purchase, it's the last one. If you watch 10 of them, it's the last one. And what's also nice is that if someone watches a video and then is like, oh, I got busy, and they come back within 24 hours, they're still cookied to you. So
Yeah.
you get that commission.
And a lot of people ask that question, like, well, how do I know I'm getting? I mean, so there's competition. Like, well, not really, because you got to remember, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It's going to average out again by the sheer amount of traffic coming through Amazon, right? It's literally a numbers game, right? The more traffic and the more video reviews you do, and the more traffic Amazon drives, you're going to get your share of it. I don't know how I've been able to sell 754 of one product in 4 months because I did nothing to sell it. So you can see it does work. I may have lost some sales, but what about the people that lost sales to me because I was the last video that they watched, right? So it's going to average out.
Yeah, and there really is no fear in this because you really don't know why people are going to buy. People might decide to buy because you listed all the features and benefits, and you might get the tech nerd or whatever, the tech geek who just loves that stuff. Yeah. But then you might also have, like a 40-second review, like you said, Nikki, because that's your attention span, where it's just like, I just want to see if it looks pretty in person and how big it is in your hand. You know what I mean? And I think, and I'm not trying to put words into your training, but if I were to look at patterns, another thing I love to look at is, I think if they haven't already, Amazon will start to understand what the buyer likes. Meaning, if I'm on there shopping through my account, it might push me videos that are a little more technically driven, where if my wife is shopping on her account, it might push her videos that are a little more aesthetic or what have you. And I can't say if that's true or not, but that's the way social media algorithms work, meaning it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what your style is, your buyer's out there, your audience is out there. And I think there's massive potential for everyone here.
For sure. And like I said, Vic and I do them very different. Mine are short and to the point. He explains stuff better, longer. And our conversion rates are very, very similar. So that goes to show when I'm looking at videos, I'm not going to pick the 1.5-minute one. I'm picking the shorter one. Someone who wants more explanation is going to watch a longer one like Vic does. So like our people are out there, and there's so many people on there. So it's interesting that we are very different in our styles, yet our conversion rates are very similar.
Yeah, absolutely. And
it just shows you how it's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game.
That's all it is. And we all have an audience. I mean, it's just kind of like on YouTube, we're going to connect with certain people in that audience. If Brian and I use this scenario of just standing on the football field in 50-yard line on a stage in front of 30,000 people, and Brian goes out and pitches a program, there's certain people in that audience that are going to buy from you. If I come out right after you pitch the same exact program, some of the people that didn't buy from you are probably going to buy from me because we connect differently, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with real customers going to Amazon. They look at Nikki's video and they're like, oh man, I like the way she quickly explained that, and I really like the way it looks in her hand. I'm buying it, right? But like you said, Brian, somebody wants a little more explanation or more detail. Well, then they might buy from my video, whatever, So it's a never-ending opportunity for anybody. That's why we say anybody can do this. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you look like, all those things. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with you connecting as a real person with another real person that is on Amazon with the intention of buying something. So it's already half the battle's won. They want to buy something. Are they going to buy it after they watch your video or after what they watch my video or Nikki's video? That's the only question, but who cares? Because enough traffic is being generated, you're going to get your audience in front of you no matter what.